Hello everybody, thanks for checking out the video. In this one, I work with Serge on filtering in LibreOffice Calc. We run through some of the different filtering options that are available, and he explains how to set them up and use them and provides a lot of detail and background. So let's get started.
A filter implies two notions. A filter implies one criterion or several criteria is one thing. And the second notion related to filters is you get a subset. That subset can be empty if no record matching your criteria, or it might be a full set if, for instance, every item or every record is matching your criteria. So we've got two notions. First, one criterion, several of them, and the second part is notion of a subset. In mathematics, how can we transpose it? Well, it has to do with a partition. What is a partition? You've got a set, and on that set, you slice it into subsets. And partition has got three conditions. The first one is that the empty set is included into your partitioning. Second one is that if you take two sets which are distinguished, so they are not identical, the intersection to subsets must be empty. And the third condition is that the union of all your subsets gives you the entire set, the original entire set. So to illustrate this with gender, for instance, well, you can cut your set into two subsets, one with all the males and one with all the females. So this illustrates criterion is gender, and you have two subsets. So you wish to have only items with, for instance, the male gender, then you've got a subset of the males, and vice versa, you can have the subset with females. So this is what a filter will do. We'll apply one criterion or several criteria to the total set, and will give you the result will be a subset of that total set. So in this case, for instance, how can we filter? Well, we can go to data, and you can click on Autofilter. So now that you have clicked on Autofilter, you can see that you've got a small triangle in the header. Next to each name in the first row, you've got, and there you can click on that triangle, and then you can choose. You see, you have, they are all, but you can untick all, and you can choose, for instance, one city. That is up to you, one or several cities. See? Yes, you click OK. And now you see you've got the two cities you have chosen. You've got all records, including those two cities. So how did you do for undoing? You can either edit and undo. So you will go back to undo the filter. And another possibility should be, normally, there should be the possibility to, so could you click back again? Yes, choose, untick all. Choose, for instance, one or two, it doesn't matter. And could you click on the blue icon? You see that the icon is blue, which means that you know that a filter is in action. And you click on that blue icon, go to standard filter, and see if you can. No, you cannot delete here. Okay, you don't have that option, so you have to go through the undo button, go back to the original. Yes. In Excel, you've got that you can clean the filter. Here, I think another possibility would be to select all and do a right click and unclean. The filter that you we will see it later. In any case, so with the auto filter, you can see, for instance, you choose in country. You click on untick all, and click on all the countries which begin with a C. So Cambodia, China, and Costa Rica. Click on OK. So you see you've got the items corresponding or matching these criteria. But now we can click on gender, and we would like to have only the female. So untick all. Yes, okay, that's good too. Click OK. And you see now you've got two filters. You've got country, the gender, and this is how you combine those filters. And if you wish, you could still have add another filter, and you see you've got a subset. From that subset, you take another subset and another subset, and so on, until you arrive at what you need or what you want. So you can combine these different filters through the autofilter, through options that you got. We will try it, for instance. Could you click from A1 to G18? From A1 to G18, right-click on it, and see we can don't have clear filters. Only do the formatting, not filter. Okay, one. You will have to do it twice and undo. Yes, okay. And we are back to, so we can combine these filters through the autofilter. If we need something very special, then we don't go through these autofilters. You click in any cell, which you have to go back to toggle the autofilter, so you can go to data and click on autofilter so that it removes it. It's toggle, either applied or it unselected. So now you want to do a more specific filter. How do we do this? You click in any cell of your table and you click on data and more filters, and you choose standard filter. And here you see you can define several criteria. For instance, we will change the field name country. The condition, we will click on it to change it. Click on, and we will say, for instance, it ends with an A. It ends with and value A. So this is, you click OK. So we will see you've got Russia, China, all the countries are ending with an A. But now you can click on any cell in that subset, and you click on data, more filters, standard filter, and you choose, yes, and there you choose end. For instance, you can choose end or, up to you. In the field name, we will choose, for instance, gender, and gender will be, here we can say equals or contains. It will be, and we will say, yes, you can choose male or female and say OK. You see, you've got country ending with an A only for the males. And could you click on data, more filters, standard filter, and click on the third one and click end. And we will choose age. And is greater or equal than, and the value, you click, for instance, 40. You can choose a value in the drop-down list, or you can click yourself. Yes, both are good. See, either you choose a value in that drop-down list, or you put yourself a value. Both are good.
The values in those lists are being drawn from the data
itself. They are being drawn from the real ages, but you can click an age which is not even in the list, like 40, for instance, and you click OK. I don't think 40 is not. You click OK, and you see that you've got the countries ending with an A, only for the males, and whose age is greater or equal than 40. So here it is, how you combine filters, but filters which have more possibilities than the one offered by the Autofilter. You've seen that you can combine with and or, and even then you have equal, greater or equal than, less or equal than, have contains, does not contain, begins with, ends with, and so on. You see, you have much more choice, and this is the way to do if you want to combine several filters which are not too difficult, but which cover already a good range of criteria you might want to apply for your filters. So, shown the filter, and we have shown the standard filter. Now we will apply the advanced filter. So, to undo all those. Okay, we have it because we've got 20 records under header row. So if that is not enough, then we can go to the advanced filter. So what is advanced filter? Before applying the advanced filter, you need to define outside your table, you need to define your criterion or your criteria. So we'll begin with something simple. So in I1, you put age, exactly written as the same here. To avoid the typos, it is a good tip to select the name of the header, yes, in the column of the header row, and paste it where in the range of cells where you will define your criterion or your criteria. Under age, you put in I2, you put, for instance, greater than 40. Yes. And now you click in a cell in table itself, so anywhere in the table, you click on data, you click on more fields and advanced filter. So it has detected that you have a table, you see, all in blue are the 20 records plus the header row. In the read the filter criteria from, you select I1 and I2, you can select them. Okay, and now you open the option and you click copy the results to, and you choose, for instance, any cell under I5, I6, or doesn't matter, but at least, yes, they are free. Click OK. And now if you scroll horizontally so that we see the age, you can see that the age is above 40. So this is one possibility. Of course, this one is easy because in the standard filter, you could also say above, greater, or equal than 40 and get same result. So here it is not very interesting to use that one. But now we will see how to use more complex criteria. And could you delete the selection of the results from, yes, this is done. And we will change also, so I1, I2, you can delete them. And we will put a country, for instance. And below, we will use regular expressions. So what can say, for instance, we can use a particular name that should be in there. What can we say? It contains, for instance, so we can see what begins with a C. So you do a caret. And then you open a rounded bracket. You type C. Doesn't matter if it is lowercase or something. You do another rounded bracket. You close it. You put a dot and an asterisk. Okay. So now you go anywhere in your table. You click on Data, More Filters, Advanced Filter. You click I1 or I2. In Options, you tick Regular Expressions and Copy Results to, and you click anywhere, yes, and you click OK. And now we will see in the country, you see that you have only the countries beginning with a C. So you can do it with the beginning with, ending with, and in the mid part of the name. This using regular expressions, which is very good. But now we will see how we can exclude, because it is to include, but the regular expressions to exclude is quite complex. So could you delete yes, and we will delete that one only. And now we will put something to exclude. So I have to read it because I don't remember by heart. I know it begins with a caret. Then you've got two rounded brackets. Then you've got an exclamation, a question mark, sorry, followed by an exclamation. Then you put, for instance, Russia. Russia. Then you have to, let me see, if we've got two. You have to close with one rounded, but put a dot, close, put an asterisk, and put a dollar. Yes. And now you go into the table, click anywhere in table. Yes, you go to Data, or Filters, Advanced Filter. Copy the results too. Okay, and we will see country. And in country, you've got all the countries, but not Russia. And you can also combine, for instance, you exclude, for instance, items beginning with something or items ending something. So you see, it gets quite powerful. So you can do a lot of advanced filters through the regular expression. And we will add something more, for instance. So could you delete the results and type in J1H? Yes. Now, somewhere in O1, doesn't matter. Yes. We type equals average. Yes. You open rounded bracket and you select G2, G21. You close rounded bracket. Click. You can click on the small V next to the red X in the bar, or you can put Enter. Yes. So we've got 44 devices. So in J2, you click greater or equal to 44.50. And now you go into the table, go to Data, Advanced Filter. You click I want to yes. Option. Okay. And now we will see. So in the country, we don't have Russia. And in the age, you can see that all the ages are above the average age. So you can combine. So the criteria which are on the same line are combined with an and. Criteria which are on separate lines are combined with an or. So if you had, for instance, either all the countries but not Russia, or, and you define nothing in under country but for age above or equal to 44.15, you would have the items corresponding to the fact that the country is not Russia. And then we have to see if in Russia there is someone whose age is above 44.15. It would be also included. This I don't know. I have to see if the one from Russia is above this. You can see it in the table itself. If you see to Russia, no, it wouldn't appear because it doesn't match the criterion that it is Russia this time, but it is not above 44.15. But if it was the case, it would be included. We would have all the persons not in Russia and only those ones in Russia whose age is above the average. You can combine, and you can have several ranges in your criteria. Two, if there's 3, 4, 5, it has no limit. You can put all the criteria that you want, and you will get items which are matching all your criteria.
I think it's fair to say as well. So it was common for me to have very large data sets. I mean, we have 20 rows here, but I would have thousands upon thousands of entries. And so that's really where this, so for people watching that think, well, it's such a simple data set, but you're yes. extrapolating this out to.
Yes. If you have 100,000, records, it becomes quite interesting because it is done rather quickly. And you would get the results so rather quickly, and you have all the results. You see, now you can copy and paste those results somewhere else where you need them, and this would be good, you see. This is applying an advanced filter. You can do it simple criteria, but you can do it also, you see, with regular expressions. This is where it is, of course, tremendous, because you can apply so the regular expressions for including items and regular expressions for excluding items, and you can combine them. For instance, we might have it here for country, and for instance, for city or last name, etc., we might define another regular expression, combine them with an and or with an or, and get a result. And it is here, it is extremely powerful. So this is what I had to show about filters. Show the autofilter, which is the easiest one. Someone doesn't have a lot of knowledge of calc, is easiest to use. And you have the standard filter, which is not that difficult. You have to remember that you've got logical operators like and, or, use, find, combine different criteria. And of course, you've got the advanced filter, which gives you, of course, much more options.